The RCMP say 15 people have died in ATV or snowmobile accidents this year, and that number is simply too high. So the provincial police force is now starting a new education campaign and turning to new enforcement techniques to try to put the brakes on bad behavior. Here now's Jeremy Eaton has more.
The RCMP brought out the province's highest-ranking officer this afternoon to shine a light on recreational vehicle deaths in this province. 15 people have died on ATVs or snowmobiles so far this year. There were 12 deaths in 2019, 10 more in 2018. That's 37 people gone in 3 years.
I find these numbers personally very alarming. This is an extreme, almost what one might gently refer to as a casualty rate.
Parsons acknowledged the importance of ATVs and snowmobiles to people in this province as a mode of transportation and livelihood. But he wants to see safer riders.
In 11 cases, safety equipment such as helmets, seatbelts weren't worn. In 10 cases, alcohol was suspected to have been a factor.
The RCMP are not taking this lightly. The increased enforcement will focus on speed, the use of safety gear, underage drivers, and drinking and driving.
The undeniable fact of death and tragedy is there. In my personal experience, I've had recreational vehicles flee from me, and in many cases, the operator saw it as a joke. I can assure you, when I knock on the door and tell someone their loved one has been killed, it's no joke.
The RCMP plan to shift gears on how they police ATVs, calling it a covert operation, switching up marked cruisers for everyday vehicles that won't easily be identified.
The use of plainclothes officers to use camera surveillance to be able to gather the evidence to support prosecution that allows us to follow up after the fact with these violators and avoid the whole situation of them fleeing from the police.
The new police plan is a good one, according to the head of the Avalon Trailways Corporation, who says more education is needed.
We have to change the culture. We have to make people realize that this is not acceptable. 15 deaths is way too many. One is too many. This is a recreation. This is not something that you have to do. So one death is one too many.
These posters are a big part of the plan for the police force, a 12-week social media campaign, an aggressive program in public education aimed at showing the damage done by the reckless use of recreational vehicles. Jeremy Eaton, CBC News, St. John's.